Hello everyone. Now let us look at the data in information systems. So we understand how we are regularly and every time we are using the information systems in all parts of life. And we will see what are the purposes for which we are using and what type of data functionality that these information systems have. And then we'll see if a DBMS product is going to help. If we look at our day-to-day activities, so when it be banking or with respect to the travel or purchases or studies in universities, we can see that in all these situations, there are information systems that are enabling a smooth conduct of these activities. So we will be having a bank account which we will be accessing online, which will have some details such as the account details, the customer details, and the transaction details. And when we need to travel, we may use an online system for doing the booking. So that system will be providing us the information about the various flights that are available and what are the times and what are the fares and so on. And similarly, when we want to buy products, we may go to an online store. That store is going to have the information about the various products and the prices, offers, and so on. And when it comes to the university and studies there, so we can go into a university system and look at the courses that are being offered, and then the credits for the courses, and then the departments that are offering the courses, and so on. So what we see is that we use the information systems for many of the activities, and each of these activities are different. In fact, the banking is different, travel is different, and purchase of online is different, and so on. But all of them have something common. So that is, all of them use certain data structures. For example, you're talking about a bank, then bank needs to maintain a customer information structure. So the customer has a name, possibly some address, and possibly many other details that the bank needs to know. And similarly, when you are doing a travel reservation, so you need to look at the flight information. So what is the place from which the flight is starting, and then what is the time, and what is the type of the aircraft that they are using, and so on. So for all the information systems, there is a need for data structures of different type. And then these information systems are processing the data. For example, when it comes to a bank, you may be issuing a check, or you may be doing a funds transfer, you may be doing a deposits, withdrawals. So in all these cases, the data is going to be affected, but then the processing logic is different. And similarly, when you're doing a flight booking, that is going to change the flight data in the sense that the reservation data. So it is going to change that the number of seats that are available, and then you make the payment, then it is going to credit that amount to the account of the whoever is offering that service. So what we see is that there is a processing that is required for each one of these diverse application systems. But we do notice that there is something that is common. There is a different data structures, but they need the ability to store the data. And there is a lot of processing to be done, and the processing can vary. But all the processing requires the data to be retrieved from the database. And then you may want to do some further calculations or updates on the data. And then finally, you are going to store the updated data. So what we see is that there are diverse information systems. They use very different data structures. They have very different processing requirements, but all of them have some common expectations with respect to the data. So it makes sense that we can have a productization of this data management so that the information system development can become simpler. Thank you.